What is a variable? You may have seen many symbols in math problems, including letters. We often use the word variable when there are symbols in our problem. The terms symbol and variable are used interchangeably. In math, a variable is used to represent a value when we do not know exactly what that value is. A variable is often symbolized as a letter from the alphabet. You typically choose the letters A, B, or C, or X, Y, or Z. You can use any kind of symbol to represent a variable. For example, a smiley emoji. However, your teacher might not appreciate this. There are at least 3 good reasons to use variables in math. 1. It makes it easier to use mathematical formulas. You might have learned that the area of a triangle equals the base times the height divided by 2. If you need to use this formula several times, it can be tiresome to write all these terms every time. You can rewrite the formula by symbolizing each term with a letter. Capital A is often used instead of area, the letter B is used instead of base, and the letter H is used instead of height. This means the formula is rewritten to A equals B times H over 2. This way of writing the formula makes it much easier to work with if you need to find the base or the height. 2. Variables help to demonstrate the way mathematical rules work. You may have learned that the order of the factors doesn't matter when you multiply. 3 times 2 equals 2 times 3. 5 times 4 also equals 4 times 5. In addition, 1 times 20 also equals 20 times 1. You might even recall the order of the factors does not matter. But it's very tiresome to write every possible multiplication in existence to explain this rule. It is much easier to use variables here. Let A represent any number, and let B also represent any number. Then you can say that A times B always equals B times A. Now you have shown how this is true for all numbers in existence. 3. Variables help us symbolize the unknown. Sometimes you have a value, but you do not know exactly what it is. This unknown value needs a name. We often use x. The problem can then be expressed as an equation. I could say that a value plus 4 equals 10, which I could rewrite as x plus 4 equals 10. In this case, you would quickly see that x is equal to 6. However, in other situations, it is not as easy to see the value of the variable. In those cases, it's quite useful to use a variable to represent that unknown value. Variables, often symbolized as letters, help you maintain focus on what's important. If you had to do math while writing everything, only using words and full sentences, you would lose track of what's important, because you'd have to deal with an enormous amount of text. You use variables in math to make formulas easier to use, help you show mathematical rules, and find unknown values.